This is Blackboys Vineyard, a tiny little piece of East Sussex that I call home. We planted in May 2007 and we are just about to release our first vintage, the 2009 Licorice Blush. It's a small boutique vineyard and I'm aiming for top quality. That would be my aim. I don't see much point in doing something below my ability. We moved out of London after the two kids were born. After about 6 months we realised it was not really the place for children. We couldn't make use of the 24-hour lifestyle anymore, and so we shipped off down to Hove to test the country life, and we decided that was good, so we moved even further into the country, and Zena retrained. She became an advanced school teacher, and I decided it was my turn to retrain, so I went to Plumpton for a couple of years and I really enjoyed it. I've always had an interest in wine. The thought of setting up a vineyard had certainly never crossed my mind before Plumpton. I believe you have to trust in fate sometimes and take the path that you're sometimes led on, and this seemed to be the path that was placed in front of me, more or less. I always knew it had to be in my back garden. I'd never have been able to make it work if the two places had been separate, so it was quite a niche little thing I was looking for. And the other thing I didn't want to do was start employing people again. I did that up in London, and I much prefer being self-contained, just about the right size, just for me and my wife to operate. We have people in at harvest time and that's it. The rest of it's all done by the two of us, and I just love that. It's not just hands-on, it's only my hands that are on it, if you see what I mean. I don't have to trust anybody else to be doing it the way I want. It's done the way I want because I'm the only one doing it. It's 2 hectares under vine. I've got 8,000 vines in total, and I find that just about manageable for one person whose body is the wrong side of 40. We've planted the classic 3 of Chardonnay, Pinot Meunier and Pinot Noir. We've got 17 different combinations of those 3 cultivars with clones and rootstocks. But this field is all Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. I've got all my Pinot Meunier in the far field. But once again, I've tried to mix it up in each of the different fields, so every field has different combinations. So if there was a difference in the soil type or the aspect, then it would affect each of the clones differently, and I'd hopefully have a different combination leading to a more complicated wine. Well, I think last year's a pretty good indication of where I'd like to be on a maximum level. We're on about 16,000 bottles for the 2010 vintage, and I certainly wouldn't want to go any higher than that. I don't think the grapes would be such good quality if I produce much more. At the moment we're doing 7 days a week because the shoot removal's got to be done. We might have left it 2 or 3 days too late to start. So we always try and finish it by our anniversary, which is the end of this week. We're not going to make that this year, unfortunately. The next stage after the shoot removal would be the tucking in, where you're trying to get all the shoots to grow up in between the sets of wires, so that if we do have any major windy conditions, then the vines are vaguely protected. Harvest is generally around the 2nd week of October. Everything gets a bit panicky towards the end of September as you're hoping to keep the sunshine coming and the rains away. I'm in such a lucky position, such a privileged position to have my own plot in a beautiful part of the world and doing something I enjoy.